Hi everyone and welcome to today's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. Let's get right to it because it's almost Thanksgiving. Woo! So at Kelly's, TJ is working there. Haven't seen him there in forever. Jordan comes in with Andre. TJ, he is planning on going to medical school as a reminder to me and everyone else because we hardly see him anymore. So he's going to go tell Sean on his next visit. And can we talk about the fact real fast that Laura and Hayden both know, or at least believe, well, know Nicholas is dead and are still letting Sean sit in prison? Like, they have the file, they have everything they need to at least show reasonable doubt or whatever, or prove that Sean didn't shoot Hayden, even if it doesn't directly implicate Nicholas, but, you know, they're just sitting on that, so, just a little salty, a little bit. So, Andre, Jordan, TJ, they're all going to meet up later at Alexis's. Curtis comes by, TJ's like me. Oh, that he doesn't mind working on the holidays, because I worked, Christmas Eve one year when I worked at a retail store. So TJ invites him to the Davis house because he doesn't want him to be alone. What could possibly go wrong? At Alexis's place, where all the fun happens, to be quite honest with you, Alexis thinks about last year's Thanksgiving with Julian and how happy they were, and Molly's been cooking. Christina offers her wine, and then Molly tells her about the pact. So Sam comes in, and the oven incident gets brought up. And I feel like there's still a little bit of an underlying, like, not okayness there. So Jason and Danny are staying at home and watching football, or maybe probably investigating. Could that have been a cover? And she talks about Scout, and Molly mentions the To Kill a Mockingbird reference. Finally, that gets brought up. Because, I mean, that's one of the most famous Scouts, right? Right? Say hi. You haven't said hi in forever. No, you have to look into the camera. All right, ready? Hi. Oh, look at that beautiful face. Look at that beautiful face. So beautiful. Hi. Hi. Okay. Not a fan. Okay. All right. Go be a baby over there. So, where were we? Mockingbird reference. Okay, so Parker apparently wrote Christina a sympathy card. What am I? After Morgan's passing, and her wife's name was signed to it too, and then they all hug. I don't know. You got messed up my hair. So, Alexis tells them that the Bar Association is going to review her after the first of the year, and she just needs to stay out of trouble. And she lives in a soap opera, so that's definitely gonna happen, right? So Jordan and Andre arrive. They brought liquor, and Andre has a special drink to make. Christina is a great bartender, and Jordan sees Alexis isn't drinking, and Sam gets some sparkling cider. My O's and A's just aren't having it today. So there's a knock at the door, and it's TJ, and he brought Curtis, and because Curtis was gonna be alone. So Molly is super accepting and hugs Curtis, and Sam's happy to see him, and he and Christina hang at the bar and make some drinks. So Julian texts Alexis, "Happy Thanksgiving. I can't stop thinking about last year's. We were so happy in our new home with our family all around us. I miss you." So Andre wants to take Jordan to Chicago to meet his family. Curtis kind of mentions how that could lead to a proposal. So Jordan talks to Alexis about the not drinking thing and brings up the trial and how Alexis was. You know, 1 minute she was fine, then she wasn't. And Alexis is like, "Look, I still don't know why I acted that way." And Jordan thinks, you know, now that they know Paul was sabotaging the trial, maybe he had something to do with it. And I'm like, hallelujah, right? So Alexis sees everyone drinking, and it's really hard for her. Alexis actually winds up dropping the whipped cream because Sam's like handing it to her, like they're hand whipping whipped cream. And I'm like, that is dedication right there. So Curtis says he'll grab more, and Alexis is like, no, I'll go, even if I have to go a little farther because nothing's open, but I will find whipped cream or something to whip. So Alexis texts them that she got a text from Diane, and her and Max fought, and Alexis is going to go be with her because she's a great friend, right? So Andre also gets an emergency call from a patient and has to take it, on holidays like that. And I feel like, especially, he would have done it anyway, I have no doubt, but especially with what happened to Morgan and everything, I feel like he probably just feels extra responsible for his patients right now. So Curtis tells Jordan that he's not working for Julian anymore, and she brings up Pete and the murder, and she's kind of you know, I mean, she's not mad, but she's kind of, I guess, annoyed that he didn't give her a courtesy call to let her know what was going on. And he's like, I did call. And I'm like, oh, yes, that's when Andre took the call. At the Metro Court, Julian's on the phone with Oscar, and apparently the person plays the partner card, and Julian's like, oh, heard that before. And Julian has to get this person information, like, right away. So Ava comes in. She has Avery. She talks to Kiki. She leaves Avery with Kiki and goes to talk to Scott. And Avery is so cute. I know I'm just, like, hopping on the bandwagon here, but that kid is adorable. And they do like a wishbone and everything, and Avery wins. So Scott tells Ava things didn't go as planned, but he will figure it out when it comes to Lucy. Ava isn't impressed by his plan that we didn't hear. Or that he didn't tell, now thinking about it. So Avery wins the wishbone. Sorry, I didn't realize I'd actually written that little piece in here. Kiki is going to see if they have another. Julian comes over. He's sad, and, you know, Ava points out how happy he was last year with his family. That helps. So, okay. So, Julian sits down and Kiki comes over. And Julian wants to set aside issues so they can have the holiday as a family. And, like, I found in my personal life that, like, the people who want to set things aside so they can spend time with the family, 99.99% of the time, they're the ones who did something wrong and, like, just don't want people bothering them on the holidays about it. But, yeah, no. So, Kiki says no. Just like I would have, because being a jerk doesn't mean you're not a jerk on the holidays, especially when you're, I mean, indirectly responsible, not really, just having something to do with the death of somebody close to that person that just recently happened. So it's not like they have to get over it or whatever. And she doesn't want Julian talking about Morgan's death in front of Avery. And she saltily gives Ava and Julian the wishbone. Just like I would. I feel like Kiki's slowly turning into me, and I really like that. So Julian lost the wishbone game, and he leaves. Ava asks Kiki if she's seen Dylan recently, because that's an appropriate question to ask, like, a month after your boyfriend's death. That actually goes for both of them. So Kiki still feels responsible for Morgan's death because to her that's the truth. Like, that's the reason he spiraled. It's not like she's just playing the blame game. She's directly responsible in her mind. So Kiki tells Ava Sunny's under house arrest. And Ava isn't happy to hear that. Because she thought, you know, Sunny was pleading guilty and would be out of her life forever. And Kiki's also like, yeah, and he's probably going to want Avery home with him. At Scott's room, Lucy is still hurt, and Scott apologizes. He got her wine, and she thinks he hired someone to break into her house while she's there to find the pills, but she has the pills with her. That would have been a lot more effective if I had a pill bottle. She has the pills with her. This is a pen. That didn't work. I thought it would work. It didn't. So Scott kisses her. They get to bed. They get on the bed. She gets out and puts the pills in the safe, which was smart. Scott's like, whoa, I thought we had a deal. Like, you know, you don't trust me. We're both double-crossing Ava. We're both, you know, crossing Ava. And she sees a double cross on the horizon and isn't playing that game. So they sleep together. And Felicia then texts Lucy, inviting her to Thanksgiving. So Lucy goes to get ready, and Scott goes to the safe. So Lucy gets the pills out of the safe when she's ready and leaves, and Scott just seems a little too chill. And I was like, what have you done? What have you done, Scott? Back at the Metro Court, Scott comes back. He figured out the combination of the safe, apparently, and he didn't take the bottle, but he did the next best thing, and I was like, of course you did, because that's how life works. So at Crimson, Dylan seems to need to pull an all-nighter. I was going for Tracy, like, yeah. I was thinking Tracy, and I just kind of skipped that whole thing. Or at least that's what he tells Tracy. See what? Gosh. I almost made it the whole video without messing up a word drastically. Oh well. So Dylan is playing paper basketball. So, yeah, hardly working. Or at least, you know, like, at all. So Tracy calls again. He uses Milan as an excuse that, you know, if we don't coordinate, the, you know, magazine won't go out to print, and, you know, they don't celebrate Thanksgiving, So Kiki is covering room service, so she delivers room service to Crimson. She thinks it's for Nina because that's the name of the account, but it's Dylan. And he's avoiding the holiday because last year he had such a great time with Paul with the fryer and the turkey. Remember all that? And they like knocked out the electric and needed to order pizza. And he doesn't want to relive that because I think having good memories of Paul just is too painful right now. At Jean's, you know, that bar we're seeing all the time now, Julian meets with the board guy, and he lets Julian know the financial advisor needs a chance to get the hospital into the black before anything can happen, and Julian has plans to close the deal January of 2017. And the guy says it'll be a PR nightmare, and Julian says he doesn't have a choice. So this guy's really pulling Julian's strings. Alexis is there also at the bar drinking because Julian and the board guy are like off in the corner in a booth, you know, where all the unsavory things happen. And then after he leaves, Julian sees Alexis. And now end scene. So Scott tells Ava that he swapped out the pills. A drug dealer owed him a favor and got him lithium. And he talks pretty extensively in front of Avery. Just a note, just in case something happens on that horizon, you know. But he thinks it would have been too suspicious if he took the bottle, so he did the next best thing. And she's still not happy with that. Because it still connects her to Morgan, but Scott's like, look, at least they'll just think you, like, were back with him, and they don't know you were switching out his pills. I hope Avery says a lot of words this Thanksgiving. I really do. 'Cause Ava can't get away with this. There's too many clues. She can't. I feel they're leading up to this. I mean, I don't know if she'll get punished for it, because, you know, the actual proof is flimsy, but, you know, I feel like in the public, not the public, but in her family's eye and, like, the family of Morgan's eye, she'll get found out. So Dylan tells Kiki the Quartermain's pizza legacy since '94, almost as old as me, and he's going to eat turkey, at least a turkey burger, because their turkey entree sold out. Ow. So, he's going to be like the first Quartermain to eat turkey on Thanksgiving in the longest time. And she says this was her last stop, and he invites her. Well, actually, he invites her, and then she's like, well, you know what? This is my last stop. Can't talk. And he cuts the burger in half so they can share it. Curtis says that he did call Jordan, and then Andre comes over. He needs to call in a prescription for a patient, so then he walks away. Curtis says that Andre picked up and told him not to bother Jordan anymore. And Jordan's like, oh, I thought you were keeping your distance because of the evidence thing. And he's like, no. And maybe, you know, Andre's threatened by me, and, you know, what we have here are, you know, I don't know. And I don't think Jordan knows either. Or Curtis. Well, who knows anything, to be quite honest with you. So Julian goes over to Alexis, and she's like, what are you doing here? Because that's apparently where people from Port Charles go if they don't want to be seen by anyone else in Port Charles. But it doesn't work if you're both there. All right. That is it for today's video. There is a new episode tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. There isn't though, so tomorrow will be our last day. Should be up probably around this timing, if not a smidge earlier. But I will see you to 1 second. My mom would like to add a little insight. So
another reason that this should come out about Ava and the pills is because of how much pain Kiki's going through.
Yeah.
I just want to add that because it's not fair to Kiki. She's like in so much pain because of this that Ava
the pain,
needs
like
to...
the pain you're in.
No, I'm in physical pain, but she's in emotional, mental wreck.
Yeah, and Ava's the one that put it in her head.
She had this discussion with her own mother. And her mother is allowing her to be like that. So I just wanted
Would you allow me to go through that kind of thing?
No, absolutely not. I would step up and be there for you. I would take the fall if needed. I would never do what Ava did, by the way. But
not a lot of people would.
No. But with that said, if I had the opportunity to take away your pain and something bad would happen to me because of it, I would do that for you. I would give my life for you.
Thank you. That escalated pretty quickly, but I appreciate it.
Well, that's what mothers do.
That's what they should do.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Yes, we'll see them tomorrow. But
okay.
if you don't watch tomorrow's, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving.
I'm sorry.
And I should be a turkey. I don't know why I'm a cow. Well, the cows are saved on Thanksgiving. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, and I hope you have a great night. Bye.